Hey everyone, this is Coach Adrian, and I want to talk today about mistakes made after a breakup. If you're watching this video, the overwhelming odds are that you made a mistake after the breakup. I know that because based on my research, 97% of people make some sort of mistakes after a breakup. It's normal. You are in a vulnerable state. You are sometimes heartbroken, even maybe depressed, not in a good place. And so you do things that the normal you wouldn't do. Things that you look back on and say, why would I ever do that? Or why did I did that? And sometimes that leads to embarrassment, but you shouldn't be. The most important thing is for you to understand the mistakes made in order to not repeat the same mistakes over and over again. And this video is specifically tailored for those of you who want to avoid making mistakes, to make sure that you are in the right mindset and that you do the right things to quickly change the way that your ex feels about you. My first tip is to make sure that you don't do anything based on impulse. Don't just follow the flow or do what you feel is right. Make sure that you're calculated and that you stick to a game plan. So if you don't have a game plan, if you haven't really thought about how you're gonna get back with your ex, if you haven't really put pen to paper to try to understand what went wrong, to evolve and then prove that change to the person that you were with, the odds are that you are going to make a mistake. It's like everything in life. If you don't really think things through and if you don't have a plan, you're just gonna be going with the flow and you're not gonna like where you end up, okay? So my first tip is to really try to figure out what is the bigger goal that you're trying to achieve and how you intend to get there. Take a step back. Right after a breakup, you are at your worst. You're really vulnerable. You're really hurt. And that is actually the worst time to try to communicate with an ex, to try to change their mind, and to prove anything, okay? Your ex took control of the power struggle. They made this unilateral decision to break up. And even if you broke up with your ex, they're probably hurt and not ready to speak to you right away. So let the storm pass. Make sure that you get back on your feet, that you regain some confidence, and then start to engage with your ex again. That will make sure that you avoid making a lot of the common mistakes that most people make right after a breakup. Have a game plan. Avoid communicating with your ex right after the breakup. That is where things will start. I urge you to then do research, okay? To try to read up relevant material on how to best get back with the one you love. You can find relevant material on my blog. I have tons of programs that you can follow that are geared towards helping people in specific types of breakups. And you can also reach out to me for support. It starts with research, credible research, based on people that you follow, a philosophy that you can adhere to, what makes sense to you. Be careful. There's tons of people out there on the internet that are leveraging on others' fears and desperations and that are just trying to sell something to you, okay? Be wary of those things. Use your better judgment, use your common sense, and see for yourself if there's a real philosophy out there, if there's really something that makes sense to you. Once you find those credible sources, seek relevant support. Oftentimes, our friends and our families don't have the perspective necessary to help you overcome. They're too invested, they're too biased, they don't want to see you suffer, and they just don't get it because they're not in your shoes. I, for one, work with people who are in your shoes every day. I coach people all over the world, help them problem solve, and figure out the quickest path to being in a sustainable, healthy relationship. So make sure that you have the support you need. That someone that's already walked the path before you and that can help you, guide you, navigate those turbulent waters. So, if you want to avoid making mistakes after a breakup, to quickly get back with the one you love, you know what you have to do. Make sure that you have a game plan that you can follow. Make sure that you take time to take a step back and let the storm pass, and don't act on impulse. Do research and find credible information that resonates within, okay? And find someone that you can talk to and that can advise you. It doesn't have to be me. If you have someone you trust, someone that is impartial and whose judgment you really respect, go to them. But make sure that you don't walk this path alone. It's too difficult. You need another set of ears. This is your coach, Coach Adrian, expert in helping people turn things around and get back with someone that they love and lost. Please check out my videos, my articles on my blog, and reach out to me if need be. It will be my pleasure to help you achieve your goals. Take care.